Hello and welcome to TVP News, March 23rd, 2014. This week we visited the Venus Project while they were shooting scenes for the upcoming documentary, The Choice Is Ours. The movie is coming along fine and they're even working on scenes for part 2. You can keep updated by visiting the Kickstarter page, the main website, or by watching TVP News. TVP POCs, that's points of contact, continue to have orientation meetings in Google Hangouts. If you would like to help, please email admin@tvpactivism.com and they will contact you soon. These meetings are very good for getting up to speed on how to communicate the ideas of the Venus Project and a resource-based economy. Relevant global news. This segment attempts to highlight why we need alternative solutions to the problems our world is facing on a global scale. Last time we mentioned Guantanamo Bay, and human rights continue to be violated around the world with no signs of progress. How long do we have to listen to the problems other people are facing before we take a stand in solidarity? How long do we have to listen to that is just the way it is, as opposed to we can change the world? Protests are happening all over the world, unemployment rates continue to rise, violence is escalating, hunger and poverty is still widespread. The mainstream media tries to dull us with lifestyles of celebrities and localized events of good or evil. Any recommendations on how to prevent it from happening again, if at all, are the same old approaches, requesting money or presence at protests, but we've seen how these methods just don't work. Other stories showing advancements are promising with regards to the future possibilities, but profit-driven ambitions get in the way of progress. Scarcity. This image of masses of Palestinian refugees queuing for aid in a Syrian food camp shows the scale of desolation and scarcity created by civil wars. Since this picture was taken, all aid distributions were said to have been suspended due to security concern. For me, this is a profound and sad image. These are real humans suffering right now, and we will sleep just fine tonight. This is not a world I want to live in. We can do better. Trends are showing overall progress, but it does not come fast enough to the thousands of people who died needlessly every day due to wars, famine, accidents, and disease. We have the power to correct this, and if we humans can shed our dogmas, we can make advancements much faster than ever before. Environment and politics. Here is a story that reinforces how businesses continue to suppress advances by manipulating politics. While the Tesla electric car is currently only accessible to those with large pocketbooks, even they have faced opposition by way of legislation that could limit their expansion. Tesla Motors sells electric cars directly to consumers. Their sales model means that the price is the same for every buyer, and customers don't need to shop around for the best deal. Not only are the auto dealers' legislators limiting technological advances for their profitable gain, they are also attempting to keep a monopoly on an industry that makes money from environmentally unfriendly vehicles. New Jersey announced that it would begin enforcing a ban on the direct sale of automobiles by manufacturers. This sounds terrible, but really it's business as usual. To legally sell cars in certain states, you have to use a franchise model. From the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk thinks that car dealerships will not fairly sell electric cars alongside gas cars due to the relative low maintenance that electric cars need. Dealerships and mechanics are part of a $100 billion repair industry, and cars like Tesla would severely affect profitability of dealerships with less warranties, repairs, and regular maintenance, like oil changes, which are commonplace today. For more information, check out, just Google it. And now introducing TVP News Tech Spotlight. So we all like to have a bit of fun with technology, right? Maybe play a few rounds of Mario Kart every now and then, or dance around the living room like a fool using the Wii. But what if we could combine fun technology with scientific technology to create a game, not only for our enjoyment, but also to generate practical results for the human race?
Spaceships, asteroids, and space dust. Not the usual checklist to beat cancer. Until now. Genes in Space is a new pioneering mobile phone game which genuinely helps scientists in their mission to beat cancer sooner. And here's the clever bit. As you steer through the galaxy, collecting a valuable space dust dubbed Element Alpha, you are simultaneously identifying critical faults in real gene data. What takes scientists hours can now be done in minutes with your help and the collective force of thousands of players. And the more players we have, the quicker we get results and bring forward the day when all cancers are cured. You don't have to wear a lab coat to help beat cancer soon.
Play to Cure, a game where we can actually help cure cancer? Well, I don't know about you, but I think that sounds awesome. And it reminds me of a question which is often directed towards the Venus Project, which goes along the lines of, what would you do about people who want to stay at home and play video games? Well, Play to Cure is just one example. What they have done is to take the combined computing power of all the game players' brains and set about the task of tackling real-world challenges. They have attracted game players by making the gameplay enjoyable for the players. They reinforce their progress with little upgrades and virtual rewards, much like games do today. But what they have also done with Play to Cure is give the players a larger promise, a grander reason to play the game. Because, well, who isn't behind a cure for cancer? You don't want me to talk about that? You don't want me to say anything about the pharmaceutical companies? Okay. But within a resource-based economy, who knows? What if the barriers that restrict science are removed? What would happen? The average gamer might be, in one sense, playing the latest Call of Duty or even Mario Kart, and in another sense, they are part of a collective of minds working together to find the cure for AIDS, the flu, or even how to improve upon city designs, transport systems, agriculture, and how to best meet the needs of humanity. Eventually, we may thank these tireless gamers for helping to develop and improve a resource-based economy. And that was TVP News Tech Spotlight. And lastly, TVP Magazine now has an Indiegogo campaign. The project manager, Tio, is looking to sustain the magazine for the next year, along with other expenses. Tio has put out 7 editions so far, and 2 more special editions. He would like to work full-time on this project, and from his previous success, I think it would be extremely helpful to TVP if we can help Tio to accomplish his goal. Tio's previous work included Tromsite.com and VideoNeat.com. Both websites are extremely helpful and informative. If you can, contribute to his campaign and also send a link to your social networks. Okay, that's it for this show. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week we are off, but there's plenty of content on this channel for you to check out. The week after that will be POC Q&A. Remember to pass this along to your friends and social networks. Until we meet again, have a good life.